What is happening, everyone? Luke Maguire here. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Say hello in the chat. Apologies for my croaky voice this morning. I've been pretty sick the past week. My partner was sick, and then I was fine all week, and then somehow as soon as she got better, I came down with a bit of the flu. But it's all right. These things happen. What's up, Jennifer? Good to see you here today. Cool. Everyone's here. Let me just do a little quick overview over today and what I was planning on covering, and then also give you guys a bit of a heads up over the next few weeks of training that all going to be pure value trainings for you guys. I know I've sent quite a few emails the past week. Excuse me, and it's been, I feel kind of weird sometimes when I send more than 2 emails in a week, and I know it can be annoying for you guys too. Sometimes if I ever do that, it's purely just because I want to make sure you don't miss something that I know is not going to be available again, or that'll give you guys an edge over someone else, or over a different marketing firm, or a different person building their own personal brand, and so forth, right? But I do much prefer doing these type of webinars where I can share things with you guys that are 100% pure value, nothing to buy trainings, and get you guys set up with some different tools that are out there, and that are always free when possible. If they're not free, I want to get you guys as long trials as possible, with the goal always to be making you money within those trial periods or free periods, or if the app's free completely, to ensure you can make that initial investment back quickly, or make it, or even better, that not even pay anything and get paid before a trial period ends on something. So that kind of led me into today's training of I've been seeing over the past 6 months, even a year now, that there's been different tools coming out in the AI space, which I'm sure you guys are getting smashed with. It seems that every third product someone's releasing now, maybe even every second tool, is some type of AI tool. And I guess the thing is, with the majority of them, essentially, let me turn this on bold, make this smaller. I'll zoom this in for you guys. Let's see if I can get this out of the way. I'll get it bigger for you guys before we start. 9% of tools of AI software run through ChatGPT, right? The majority of tools out there are running in some way, shape, or form through ChatGPT. Always look at any AI software and see, does the software actually help in directly saving me time, money, or increase my sales? It's not saving you time, it's not saving you money, and it's not increasing your sales. Ask yourself, is it something that you really need? 3, on the flip side, if you are already using a specific type of software, say you're already paying for a specific type of software and they've introduced something that's AI into their platform, often this can be an additional benefit for you, right? But also at the same time, it's not always going to be that, right? So it's important to look at that, even if you are using some type of let me just finish this here. Make sure it does save you time and money and increase sales. And what I mean by this is that, say for example, you're using an autoresponder, right? You're using an email marketing autoresponder. I don't know, like you might be using Malvio, you might be using GetResponse, Aweber, MailChimp. Most of them now have their own AI builders in them, right? So autoresponders, AI email writing. Does this AI email writing actually provide you emails that are what you are after? Actually increase my brand's mission, goal, or does it remove the person from my brand, right? So we always talk about whenever we have some type of online brand, if it's not a personal brand, i.e. it's not about you personally, or it's not about a client you're working with and their brand is all about their person. They could be an influencer, they could be someone trying to make their face a part of the brand. If it's not that, and it's more of a corporation, right? It has its logo, it has its own company name, then you got to think when you're using AI, how do these different tools, what's the end result that you get? Does it change the way your brand is communicating completely? And is that a good thing? It's not always going to be a good thing, right? So it made me think anyway, over the past couple of weeks, I was looking into my own personal support desk, and I was looking into the different questions that were coming in every single day. I was looking at how there was a lot often, and this has been happening for years, you'll often get batches of the same types of questions, and then I'll go from there. I'll see those questions that have come in many times from different people, and then I'll say, okay, how can I best make some changes in either a software or a training or whatever it might be to better explain that to lower the support responses, right? But it made me think, for a lot of these things, I'm paying people, like physical people, to be sitting there at a support desk 24/7, to be ensuring they can respond with essentially copy and paste answers, because they'll answer it once, and if it becomes a recurring question someone asks, then they can just copy it from templates, and that's the way people have been saving time in the past. So it made me think, how can I automate my support desk? This then led on to the question in my mind of, okay, well, if I'm automating my support desk, how can I automate cold leads on my website? You'll often see now there's little chat boxes on a lot of websites. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, just woke up. And I think my pain medication makes me a bit drowsy every now and then. How can I automate leads on my website? So a lead comes in, they open a chat box. How can I automate that chat? Now, for me, I don't like it when I get sent through a list of, it's almost like a web of, does your answer relate to A, B, C, or D, right? So it'll give you a list of 4 or 5 different things. You have to click on it, and then none of it's relatable. You say, and then you keep on doing that until they say, okay, we'll connect you to someone live, right? And it's this process that it's like, I just want to speak to someone, get the exact answer. I don't want to have to search for it. I want to be given it right then and there. Alternatively, I thought to myself, how could I then automate cold leads on my website to turn into sales, right? It's a way that I can use AI that can turn a cold listing or a cold lead on my website that's open the live chat box. How can I turn this into sales? I then thought as well, how can I automate my Facebook and Instagram direct messages, right? And how can I have AI start to build my list of numbers, emails, cold leads, and put them in essentially a pipeline of cold leads where I can then automate the journey from cold lead to sale, right? So these are all things that I've seen different, just from thinking about it. I've been on different websites already that have taken me through this type of journey. Some of them have been using AI, some of them have been using a more manual way to do it, and some people have just been live agents talking to me. So put a one in the box if you've experienced any of these methods when being on any website whatsoever. If not, I'll try to pull up a few different examples quickly. Actually, I might do that anyway. Let me just pull this out separately. Let's have a look here. Cool. And if you guys have got any good sites that you found this on as well, let me know. I'm trying to find the best one that I found here. Let's play it out for you guys. Here's one I saw recently, one of my friends' websites here. And they have, as you can see here, down the right little corner here, they've got this little chat box. And it says, I'm an AI assistant. So, hey there. What type of services and products do you offer? New. And you can see it'll wait. So, and then it responds directly with what I've asked. So it'll say, wide variety of services and products tailored to men's, and it just goes boom. Let's go looking more into exercise and nutrition plans, evidence, supplementation, weight management. What type of weight loss products can be prescribed? Let's ask a hard question like that where I'm not sure if they can answer directly. They don't offer off-the-shelf weight loss products that we create customized plans. Would depend on your evaluation of your health practitioner. And you can see it's constantly trying to close me into a initial consult, right? So this is all done in a very, very simple, clean way. And what's up, Georgia? Good to see you here. Very clean way that is not asking me, oh, here's your support question about A, B, C, or D. It's doing it all, and it's doing it all instantly. And this is the key thing with this, is that when people are on a website, they want instant results, especially in a lot of niches, things like this, like where it's men's health, they're looking for fat loss, they're looking for ways to increase their testosterone, they're looking for ways to make their skin better, they're looking for all these different ways, because they'll be hitting up this site and then they'll be going to 10 different other sites trying to get answers as soon as possible. Also, a lot of people just don't like answering the phone. People would prefer to be able to get answers simply and quickly directly through a website and be able to not feel judged. They feel like that's the one benefit of using an AI assistant for clients. If it's set up right, they can then actually get them what they're trying to ask across. They're not going to feel judged because they know it's an AI assistant. And even if they don't, it's just a live chat. People prefer to use these systems if they work correctly, right? And especially in the initial stage where they're trying to decide who it is they are wanting to work with. So there's a few different ways, and there's different tools out there and paid services that offer this type of thing. But and I'll go through some of them shortly. But one of the first ones I want to just touch on and show you, they've actually now included this in your Go High Level accounts as well. If you haven't got that yet, I'll just quickly drop a link in level.com/Luke M. You can get full access to this, and I can even help you set this up if any of this training does not make sense to you. But I'll place that down in the chat box here, and I've placed it here as well. And the coolest thing about this is that this tool and this type of thing in itself can be sold as a service directly to other businesses. So whether you use Go High Level to do this, or you use a different third-party tool, you can actually sell this type of thing purely as a service. And the reason I like doing this inside of Go High Level is, one, you could just go out and do this right away with and you can have 30 days to do a mega sale, which is pretty cool. But it's also then in your Go High Level account, you'll get access to everything else, and it ties in perfectly with essentially the integrated chat, the way that you can then have everything controlled in the same place. You can have it so your AI assistant responds to Instagram DMs, Facebook messages, SMS messages, and you don't have to set up any third-party integrations. But whereas if you use a third-party tool, you'll then need to connect it to Twilio or different softwares that allow text messages or Instagram DMs and so on and so forth, right? So this is what it would look like when you jump into your free trial, or if you've got your Go High Level account. Now, down the bottom here, we can hit settings. This is the agency view. And you can see down here, we've got our conversation AI. You can also see there's workflow AI and content AI down here. And you can see conversation AI. We can enable this right away here. Now, there is a price when it comes to sending AI messages, right? Now, it's not much, and Go High Level have made this even cheaper again now. And what we can do is go, I confirm and agree to this. Now, I've got all my sub accounts down here. This is as if I'm using it from the agency view. So say I had a bunch of clients that I didn't want to use this for, I could just turn it off so they don't get access. So I can just go, I don't want these painters to have access, turn it off, right? And what I might even do is turn off the majority of them after this. But let's say I then wanted to go to a specific sub account client, or say you're doing this for yourself. Let's go to, there's a good example that I might do it with. Let's do it with me. And again, I'd go down to settings now that I'm under my sub account, go to conversation AI. And this is where you'd have access to your conversation AI chatbot. So you've got, so they're turned off, you've got the suggestive button here, which again, that's that type of like questions where it will basically give you the different options of what you can, of what is your discussion about this, A, B, C, or D. Or we've got the autopilot method, which is similar to what they'd be using over here. And that's what we're going to run with today. Now you can see here the supported channels, SMS, live chat. Let's even just turn it off SMS. Let's just have it as live chat, or a chat widget if you wanted to include that as well. And they're adding more and more of these different methods as well that you can use in different places all the time. So But the cool thing is, like, if I could add them all in if I wanted to, which means no matter where I got inboxed, I can have it so it will respond for me when the customer is most wanting the information, and we can try to convert them instantly into a warmer lead. So a live chat. Now there's a bot tutorial here if you want to go through that as well. I'll click on it so you can see what it'll show you. So let's go to the bot settings for now. I forgot to save that, which is my bad. Have it as live chat. Let's just call this Luke Maguire. Wait before responding. Maybe I want to send this to 30 seconds or 5 seconds, we can set it as. Now, maximum messages a bot can send via a contact. This purely just means how many times it will go back and forward. Now, again, I think the max they have on Go High level is 25. At the end of the day, you really want to be trying to wrap people into a cell at around 5 or 6 messages max. Also, this will ensure you limit the response times or the response amounts, so someone can't just come in here and spam you forever, and it then end up costing 10 cents per person, right? Send the bot to sleep when I send a message manually or go through the workflow. Yeah, so you can set that. I'm gonna set that as 2 hours. And you can see that they also have an unlimited plan as well. But again, you guys won't need that. It's not going to cost very much to do this. Again, 2 cents a message. Now again, but just imagine the on-selling of this to local leads, right? It's or local businesses, just to have this, and it's essentially giving them a automated AI or an automated receptionist for free by including this in their platform, right? So I'm going to hit save here. Now we go over to configure intents, support and general question and answer, appointment booking. So do I want it to actually book appointments for me? So I leave this on as disabled. So this is what we can use if, say, okay, we get to a stage, say we're a local client of any type, or you might own your own business. You might be a real estate agent, you might be a painter, you might have a day spa, and the whole concept is to get people through your door, and for them to get through your door, they need to make a booking. Now, we can either turn this on here, and if we have the booking set up, it will go into our actual settings that we have over here inside of Go High Level. It'll see what my calendar's like, what days I'm available. So I can click here with the calendar if I turn this on, and what days I'm available. And it will then actually go in and try to say, hey, okay, well, out of Wednesday and Thursday, what day is better for you to book an appointment? And if they said Thursday, they said, okay, on Thursday morning, we have these time slots available. What's the best one for you? And it keeps on going back and forth until they've secured that booking time. What I prefer to do is have it set up that once it gets to a message, it won't book the appointment. It'll just send the booking link itself. And if they say yes, we would love to make a booking. And here, if I created a calendar for this account, it would be available here, which I might do in a minute just to show you guys. But essentially, it'll just send them the link so they can go on and choose their best time and date, and it just saves a bit of going back and forth, and then the person making the booking can say, okay, actually, let me double check my calendar and I'll book it in here. Now, here as well is it's called the conversation flow. This is basically going to ask questions before sharing a booking link with the contact, right? So we can ask questions like, and say here, like, hey there, you are new or a existing customer of ours at Maguire Health, or whatever it might be, right? And then it's going to ask these questions to ensure it's basically qualifying the leads for you, right? Now, we can also do this in the flow builder, which I might do a bit later on in today's training. But what I might add another one say here saying, are you based in the Gold Coast, right, area? If it's a specific based business that can only look after leads in a specific area, or let's just say a different niche whatsoever, right? A completely different niche. Say you're doing solar panels or something, or say you're doing, say if you were doing solar, you can say something like, does your house have direct sunlight? Right, so because that might be a really key answer to qualify if they're a potential lead or not for you, right? You could say something like, if it's something to do with real estate, it could be something like, have you purchased any commercial property in the past, right? So it'll ask these different questions before it gets to even sending a booking link, right? Now, bot training. This is a really, really cool part about this, right? So this is how your bot's going to learn. This is how your software bot is going to learn. And you can see it's still in beta. It's a newish tool. It's been there for a little bit now, but we can either put in an exact website. We can put all URLs within a path. So say it's, I don't know, lukemaguire.com/about, and then say I had a bunch of websites off that, where it would be lukemaguire.com/about/blog1/blog2/blog3, or all URLs in this domain, right? So let's just say I even took this website here, pasted that in here. We could get data. That's it. Let's go to their frequently asked questions page as well. You can see it here, it's going through all of the different pages. And we can view all the pages, and it's showing you all of the different page hands: skin, contact, store. So all of the pages that this site has, it's gone through and it has got. And now we can train the bot on those 34 pages. And now it knows all of those. Now, if there's any other question and answers that aren't included there, we can include them here. And the cool thing about this is I could say is this for everyone? And I can say, no, the services are only for males above the age of 30 years old in most cases, right? Now, I can keep on doing that, but let's just say I went over to the bot trial here now. Like, you've essentially built your AI bot. Let's say I ask something about, say I even ask this question, what is XY Therapeutics? And I can say it in a different way. Can you tell me what XY Therapeutics is all about? And even though I made a spelling error and I've said it differently, the AI understands what it is that I'm saying. Same with the Q&A. In the past, when we've had chat bots, essentially, you would have to enter either exact phrases, and then the bot would understand that you entered this phrase, so this is the response, or you'd have to say, if these words are included, then give this response, and it would work out to be about 80% okay, it would work of the time, but then the other 20% would just lose a lot of customers. How many times have you been on a support desk and it's asking about what you want, and then it just keeps giving you information or things to click that have nothing to do with what it is that you want? So general question, can you tell me what XY Therapeutics is all about? And you can then say yes or no, right? You can say yes, that works, or no, it doesn't work, right? You can then say something like, is this for me? I'm a 20-year-old female. So now it takes my information and then gives a response saying no, it's the males above 40, right? So let's go back here to bot settings. What was it under configure intents? Support general answer. I need to. There was a section in here which I had before, which I can't see where it is right now, but I'll find it again shortly to share with you guys. Might do it in an updated video, but I can actually give the bot a bit more of an intent of who I am and why and how I want them to respond, and what type of and in what the goals were into getting them to respond back. So yeah, I'm not sure why I can't see it right now, but I'll find it again shortly, so you can say, hey, I'm a AI bot, respond in a positive manner, and it would respond saying, hi there, yes, that's so great to hear about this. Hey, to answer your question, A, B, C, and D, right? So it's a pretty clean, neat way to do that, right? So now that we've got this all built out anyway, this software understand, and the thing is, say I don't like this, I can say, no, that's not the answer. I can say, in most cases, if you are looking for help with female specific questions, please visit our partner site, abcd.com, right? Trainbot. And now I can test anything else, saying what types of men's health weight loss products can you provide? So then I'll say, okay, no, I want this to be a bit longer. And what did they send to me over here? And we can paste this down in here, train the bot, and then it's been updated, right? So we can keep on doing that until we've got our bot really, really nice and in the exact way that we want it. Now, what I might even just do here is quickly just switch back this over to the agency view. Maybe that's where I've got this messed up here in terms of the extra information. No, it's not here for this, but let me just double check to see where else they might have moved this to recently. Questions in the past. Yeah, the bot's intent. Currently, there are 2 intent support on bot, general question and answer, provide this, appointment booking, appointment is already booked. Let me just go back over here and just double check what I've done. Settings, conversation AI, configure intents. Let's just test this now then, but I won't send the actual link. What? What's the link to the initial consult package? So you can see here, it's going to be having the same note and then adding the link in and just doing this a couple of times over. But that's why, maybe that's why I didn't hit save here. Okay, let me select the calendar. So we're going to go back here and go to calendars. This is why it's saying here as well, because it's taken me a minute to service calendar. Control this. I need to add myself in as a team member. See, sometimes this is the only annoying thing. Sometimes we need to add in ourselves. There's a little order we need to do these things in. Normally I set all these things up when we first create our account calendar. Let's say copy it all. AM. Error was sent already exists. Let's do a different email then. Let's even just save that for now and see if that works for us. There we go. Okay, now we've got that. We can go back. We can then create our calendar. Lead on the on. And this is where you could select other different staff members and whatnot, 30 minutes, accept payments if we want to. Let me confirm. Okay, here's the direct link to my calendar. So if I wanted to see what it looks like, my booking calendar, people can literally come in here and select dates and times and everything. And this is where it takes this AI chatbot to a whole nother level, is that it's all these other features are included in the same software. You don't need an AI chatbot, then you don't need to buy Calendly, and then you don't need to use Twilio, Zapier to then connect them together. And then if you wanted to do the same thing with text messaging and send messages out saying, please confirm that in one that you want to do this appointment in 1 week from now, and so on and so forth. So we've got our calendar. Let's go back to our conversation AI. Go over to configure intents. We're going to enable this. Pick the calendar for the one-on-one call that we just made. We then want to, let's change these saying, can you let me know your age and gender so we can best provide on your suitable for you. It says on here, do you get any pre-existing health concerns? Have you sought help for any of the past? I'd say have done in the past 5 months. All right, whatever the questions that the client might be, right? So now let's go back over to bot trial. Hey there. Let's just start a new chat. And I don't say what's on your mind today. I want to change this to say something like, hey there. Welcome to XY Therapeutics. How can I help you today? I change over to appointment booking where I could say something like, I'm wanting, wanting to find out more today. You can see it changes it up. I'm looking to see if I can get any help. I'm feeling like I do not get as much energy anymore, and my face is getting skin wrinkles. And then it says, can you let me know your age and gender? I'm like, sure, I am 30 and male. Thanks for sharing. Do you have any pre-existing health concerns? None. I have. See, and I said, sounds good. It also, perfect, it sounds like you might benefit from our treatments. Let's book an appointment to discuss how we can boost your energy and address your skin concerns. Are you ready to set that up? And we can say yes, all right? So that's how we can set that up there. Now, again, I do remember there was, I know we have the configure intents button here, Tim mentioned, but I remember in the past I did have the ability to add a few extra things. However, it must have just made it more simple. We're having a few issues with that there. So that's how we can literally set up an AI chatbot so quickly, and that's for the live widget, right? So let me just go back. So we can get to that, I can go, the next part is, this is again why it's so good to use this inside of your Go High Level account, is we can go to sites. Let's just say up the top here it says chat widget. You can see there's all these different features up here. widget window, change the colors of how everything looks here. And if he's wanting to get the code, copy that code there. And if I went to a site, and went back to, let's say I want to do a funnel site here, or even a website if we've got any preset up here. Let's say we just went into this. So I wanted to add in a one column, add an element. And some code, open code editor, and then we just paste what we just had there into there. Now let's go ahead and save that. Just put in some general jargon there just for this example. Now we can go ahead and open this here. And boom, we've got our live chat question down here. And it will then, it's going to assign me to the best person. And it will then go ahead and connect us across into our live chat. What's in your mind today? I'm looking to get help on seeing if this is for me or not. I am tired. And it's going to go through the process here of asking me, can you let me know about your age and your gender and what if it's going to be best for us, and it's going to try to schedule me into that calendar spot because we've selected live chat. Now, that's how easy it is to get this live up and running. And again, if your client isn't using Go High Level for their page building, they can just copy it directly into their website, code it, or essentially anywhere that they want to on their different pages and sites they have. Now, one final thing that I want to share here with you guys as well is that's the easiest way to get this set up and done. But alternatively, inside of Go High Level, we've got under our automation, we can create a workflow. Let's pick one from scratch. Trigger could be a new lead, or it could be, well, essentially the trigger could be any of these things that then trigger our live chat to go out, right? So it could be something like a funnel or a web page view. And then we want to have that then go down. We want to then add in conversation AI. I want to have it ask the question, do you my name is. Before we get started, can you let me know about about how we can, for age and gender? And then we can go ahead and add in a condition if we want to add any other different conditions down here. No condition at timeout, condition met, condition that they are a male, age 30 or above, and are experiencing low energy, low skin quality, and may be a lead we could service. All right. Channel, and this is going to be via SMS. So whether there's no condition met, the condition's met, or if it just times out and they don't respond at all. So say the condition's met, then we wanted to go conversation AI. You can say, great, what have you had your bloods done in the past 6 months, right? And the third one can be something like the conditions met, and that means the user has had their bloods done in the past 6 months. And then we can continue on the journey here. So say here they get to the first one here, we've realized that the condition has not been met, that they might say they're female, they might say they're below a specific age group. We can then go ahead here and have specific messages go out depending on where they're at there, right? Versus just ignoring them or having to take it over on live chat itself. So we can literally go out and make this as in-depth as we want. This is also where we can say, okay, so the conditions have been met, the calendar link's been sent out, and we can then have a SMS go out after X amount of days. Let's go X amount. Let's say the SMS says your is in 24 hours from now. Reply Y to confirm. Now we can also have this go out. We can do a delay here. Wait. And then it's an event appointment time delay, right? Before, say, 1 day. I'll say 1 day before and you can see that's how easy it is to do that there. So simple. You can really start to build this out, and I'll do that in a future webinar. We're going to do a webinar in the coming weeks where we'll probably go through all of just this workflow builder in more depth. You know, some people get absolutely crazy in building these web flows out. For me, I prefer just trying to keep it as simple as possible. What's the easiest way to get 80 to 90% of people converting through the right methods? Some people will then build these out. If this condition isn't met, then this one's not met, then this one's not met, then this one's not met. But how do we still try to bring them over to becoming a sale in 3 or 6 months' time? You know, people can do that, but for me, I prefer not to do that method. It's, you know, I prefer to focus on new leads that are coming in that are much easier to convert, and spend my time trying to increase traffic of those type of leads versus trying to milk every single lead that comes in, even if they display or present as someone that's really just not suitable for the service or anything that we're offering, right? So that's essentially the AI section here that I wanted to cover. That's just one tool which you can literally go out and start making local leads, turn local leads into AI chat automation customers right away. What I'll also touch on here is there are also some third-party tools out there. One that's used a lot with Go High Level that people use, it's called Zappy Chat. It's again, I don't think a lot of you are gonna need this when you've got the AI system in place inside of Go High Level, but essentially these are third-party tools that integrate directly with Go High Level if you want to take this to another level. The thing is, with any of these, and this is just another tip to give, is that you'll see, say, okay, I want this, they'll often have a monthly or also a yearly subscription, and you'll often see AI softwares giving you the ability to sign up as a yearly member, right? So I'm going to write this here. Why do so many AI tools offer a yearly versus monthly, right? And the thing is that can anyone answer this question for me here? Why are so many tools offering yearly offers now versus monthly? And it's not even just with the AI world, but it's with streaming services. It's with so many other platforms too. Tim says because they don't expect to be in business like next year. Look, that actually, in a roundabout, well, not even in a roundabout way, that's kind of essentially why they're doing it. Not because they don't want to be, or and maybe not even expect to be, but the thing is, the majority, if not all of these tools, as I mentioned earlier, Diane says to get money up front, also true, but the reason the majority of these tools are even in existence is because 99% of tools use Chat GPT to automate or essentially to do the work behind the software, right? Yeah, Georgia basically answered it because they may be redundant in 12 months. Yeah, 99% of tools use ChatGPT to do work that's behind the software. Now, essentially, what happens is ChatGPT grows and grows and grows. It adds new features and new features and new features, and things that you used to only be able to do through third-party tools become core offers inside of ChatGPT directly, right? So essentially, it might become obsolete to be paying for a service that you can just get for free in ChatGPT in the next 3, 6, 12 months. Now, again, we don't know if that's going to happen, all right? And if you get 6 months, a year out of something that you can do something to a high level that the majority of others can't, that really can push you ahead of the game and really solidify you quickly as an expert in your field. But what's going to happen is you don't want it. So if the prices are crazy, and personally, I just like to do monthly options if I have to choose a monthly option for anything, where I know that I can either cancel it if it becomes obsolete, or that they really have, they're working on to build something that's not going to become obsolete. That's why Go High Level is such a great option as well. They're the only tool that has all of these key features from so many different products all in one, that they can just continue to add to and build to. And every time my investment of that comes out every month, I just think of it like, look, this is going to create new features, new abilities for me to do, to implement into my business. It's like, I once had a software called Instamate, and it allowed you to schedule content to your computer from Instagram. All right, it was the first tool in the world that enabled you to do that. And we had tens of thousands of customers that wanted to be able to schedule content to Instagram, because back then you couldn't do it. Meta then bought Instagram, and then they made it so you can schedule content to Instagram, which took my software from making a lot of money to making zero money almost overnight. And then even more so, Instagram tried to shut me down by saying, no, we don't want you to be doing this. We've now got this inside. So yeah, so always look at the product first. Think is the saving of yearly worth the potential risk of losing, or the potential risk of ChatGPT including it for free, right? There's another one also. So the tools I mentioned then were called Zappy, Chat, and then another one I didn't mention is called Consolidate. So Consolidate is let me try to pull this up for you guys. Consolidate AI Chat. I'll find the direct link for you, but it's a way, essentially, you can actually take, your, you can basically link directly. I'll find the link for you directly and I'll send it after. But it basically will allow you to take your own ChatGPT and connect that directly to your Go High Level, so then you can manage it in a bit more depth. Because I believe, I'm not sure if they've updated it yet. Georgia, you might actually know this, if ChatGPT, if they've updated the Go High Level chatbot from ChatGPT 3.5 to ChatGPT 4.0. I think they still might be using 3.5. I could be wrong on this one. But that's one little drawback there. But again, with what we need to do, and with the ability to have instant responses and goal returns, yeah, Georgia says I think they're 3.5 still. Using this in a way to actually bring this directly across into live businesses super quickly, like we've just showed you there, is just a no-brainer. Now, how do we then take that across into into actually selling this to local businesses? Well, what I'll do for now, I'm going to send you guys this link here. I'll paste it over in this bot over here as well. There's some direct how to sell these services to local businesses, full webinars that I've done. There's about 14 or 15 webinars in this link here that we did. I think we did 14 weeks of pure value training on this. And I think it's one of these top ones, how to sell this as a service. You'll be able to go in here and watch those, but I'll do a future one on how to just to sell individual services, individual offers as a service to local businesses here as well. What I also want to do is next week, I'm on this series, like I've mentioned in my past emails, is I really want to get some training for you guys that is not only instantly that not only allows you to instantly implement it, but also give you training that you're not going to see elsewhere, and also give you training not just from coaches, but from actual business owners that are selling $80,000 to $100,000 a month worth of selling to a high level to clients, or SEO services, or different marketing services, where there's people that are in the trenches doing it now, because again, this space changes so much. And get them to come on and just teach you in all of these different fields, whether it's e-com, where I've got some guys that own companies, got some friends that own companies that do over $100 million a year in sales. Right now, that's insane amounts, but and you know, sometimes when I think of that, I think, oh, that's all well and good, but how do we just get people to 10 grand a month or 5 grand a month, right? That's where I think is a massive win for a lot of people, and how can we do that in the most minimal viable product method possible? So I'm talking with a bunch of these different experts and guys and businesses to essentially give you guys what's like the smallest amount we can do to get the maximum results, and then kind of clip on from there other services, upgrades, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is that next week I've actually got a couple of other Australians here that are doing some insane stuff in the SEO space. Now, I know SEO is not the most exciting to some people, but it's a really, really important training to be a part of if you want to understand the Google landscape here in 2024, and also understand how, if you know what's going on and you know what Google wants, and you do things in the right way, you can literally get page 1 ranking so quickly, which again is such a key traffic source. And you know, you never really hear people, whenever you hear people talk about traffic sources, normally you only hear people these days talk about paid ads. That's Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, right? Reddit, so on and so forth. Or they'll talk about traffic from email lists, but you have to have an email list in the first place. Or you might be talking about getting email leads from funnels, right? But again, you need a traffic source for that. It could be influencer shout outs, right? But the biggest tried and tested free method to get mass traffic is the #1 method of getting traffic free long term, is using Google to be ranked organically, right? Now, again, it's such a beautiful space to be in, because, you know, they're doing there's a lot of changes that have happened in this space. If you like, put it at #1 in the box if you ever tried to learn SEO before, and #2 in the box if you just haven't tried, right? Because in the past, there was so many little different tricks and hacks people would do, whether it's buying expired domain names that have a 10-year history, which then shows Google this domain name's been around for a long time, so that we're going to give them a bit more authority for that, and we might rank them a bit higher. Or if we use this keyword X amount of times on these different pages with these hyperlinks and this meta text, and we do so many blogs every single week, and link back to and link out and link back to these different high quality sites, then we'll be able to get a higher Google rank. And it's this process. And then when the AI came out, there was people that were just spamming AI text and trying to get AI to do it all, and it became, in some cases, short term it would work. But the thing is, Google, this is the rule that will always be there, right? Google does not want you to manipulate them, right? Google doesn't want to be manipulated. So if you ever see a product or a service that's saying they're going to manipulate the algorithm, that they know the loophole to getting page 1 rankings, be careful, because while you often might, like most of the times it's a lie anyway, sometimes there are little ways when Google makes an update that people find that then will then send you straight to the top of Google. But if you're doing it in some form of loophole method or method that's ideally not what Google wants, for example, right, reviews and people and how people rate your website or your client's websites on Google. For a while there, they were really looking at how Google reviews played a part in where they decided you'd rank. And they'd say, okay, well, if you have more Google reviews, then more people are going to must be liking your business and service. If you're getting high reviews, and we're going to rank you higher. Even if but then if you had a website that was ranking #1, but your Google reviews were all really low, Google said, okay, well, we're going to move you lower now, because even though your site's SEO perfect, does not matter about that because of Google reviews. And then what a lot of these companies are doing, we're just getting all of their friends and then even buying fake reviews to show Google how great they are. And it became this competition of who could buy the most reviews for specific niches. And that worked until Google said, okay, we know what a fake review is versus not a fake review, right? Yeah, Diane says I've done hundreds of meta tags. Yeah, so it's an interesting space, right? And things can change quickly. And again, it's for some reason, and this just could be me, but I feel like there's a preconceived notion that SEO is only worth getting into if you have one, either a lot of prior experience in the space, two, understand coding or something, and three, super patient, and hopefully one day you'll get there, right? Which is not the case. It's not the case here right now in 2024. So next week on Wednesday, I'm not just bringing in experts in the field, but I'm bringing in a couple of my Aussie friends here that are doing this worldwide, by the way, and are just absolutely killing it in getting people in local areas, taking them from not being ranked at all to being ranked fully in Google with just a few key things that every single person on this webinar and every person that watches this replay can do and implement. It's almost, I'd say, one of the tricks here is before, without revealing too much, is you know, say when Instagram or TikTok or Facebook releases a new feature, right? They want you to use that feature, and if you use that feature, you're going to be rewarded with more views, with more engagement. It's just like when Instagram page posts started to get less traction because they created Instagram stories, and then if you did Instagram stories, you'd get more views, and then it became Instagram Reels, and it was Instagram Lives, and you'd have to go where the new thing was because you'd then get rewarded, and it would show Instagram that you're using their product, and they then reward you, and so on and so forth. So part of that is similar with Google right now. And so next week's webinar, it's on the same day, same time, I believe. I'll double check the day and time and email out about it, but I believe it is next Wednesday. I think it is 6 p.m. So the 5 or 6 p.m. next week, I'll double check and send an email out about it. But for now, what I want you to do is, I'll send this replay out later today, but you can go directly to gohighlevel.com/LukeM, and you can get access to this. And if you need help setting up this chatbot, I will personally help you myself. I'm going to do some more Go High Level webinars as well in the future. The next one, we're going to go into some features that I should have covered already, but we've had a lot of other key things we've shared. So things like setting up your mobile number, setting up the autoresponder. I might even just do a video on that just to get that out to you guys, because that's something I should have done. It takes 2 seconds to do. You do it once and you're good to go. But again, you can get a free 30-day trial here through this link here. In saying that, guys, I'll leave you with that one today. Here we go. There's one more question. Does the AI do different languages, or even British English or Australian English? So not directly in Go High Level, but potentially if you're using tools like Zapier Chat with Go High Level, you can then select specific Englishes, or the other option is just when you're inside of Go High Level, where are we here? To go down to your settings, go into your conversation AI, and then when you're testing your bot, have it, you can say no to specific answers and then write, so say I wanted to say, hi there, all right? So I want to say, get rid of that and say, good day, mate. How are you today? Which obviously you wouldn't write that. Hi. And you can just train it on until it says and you can see here, this is sometimes where you get a little issue, where sometimes it won't answer directly the way you want it to, but you can then and this is where I thought the other day they had these intents where you could change the style and the outcome of specific messages, but I'm going to check on that one again. But right now, I cannot see the ability to do that, and that bot training then wasn't the best way to do it. Maybe if I had Instagram. Let me go over here. And, so yeah, it's not working there right now. So little things like that. But again, I will see if there's a better way that we can change the tone. I know if you then use third-party tools like Zappy Chat or like the other one, Consolidate AI, which I'll find a link for, you can then change the different tones and whatnot in here. I'm not sure if they have the Australian voice. But yeah, you can see it also send images and other cool things as well if you use this. But again, that's an ongoing price. I'm not sending an affiliate link for anything for that. I was just sharing some different options. But yeah, all right, guys, I'll send this replay out ASAP. I appreciate you all so much being on my audience. Next week, do not miss that SEO webinar. I'll put the link below this video on the replay. I'll send it in the replay link as well. If you're registered for this webinar, you will be set up for that one too. Also, this is the link if you want to watch all of that ongoing training here. And I'll just grab this one more time here. 14 past webinars, pure value training I've done, and this is for your 30-day. What I should also mention as well, which is really cool in here, there's two other AI sections we haven't even touched on in today's training, is we've got, there's your, let me go back to here. You got your workflow AI and you got your content AI, which can literally build content for opt-in pages, websites. It'll build imagery. It'll build for landing pages, so you don't need to go out and try to find all this content. It'll build it for you right away. And then same with workflow AI. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I'll speak to you shortly. And anything else you need, drop me an email. respond to one of my emails, I'll get it back to you ASAP. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.